but you're wrong. Listen, there's no magic bullet. I'm teaching life skills.
When you're sick, you need medicine. It don't always taste good, but it'll get you better. You need this medicine. It ain't gonna always taste good, but this is what you need. Men and women, bottom line, we need to have the conversation. Your partner wants to give up control, but only if you know how to drive. This is about being the best you could ever be, whoever you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, LGBTQ, space alien. I'll save anybody. I don't care. I'll teach a hedgehog how to have a threesome.
What do you mean by that?
Look, you don't have to listen to me, but you're wrong.
Listen, I know I'm great. And I know you're thinking, Dante, there's no way I could be like you. But you could be me, you know why?
Because you know who I was? Before I was me, I was you.
Manschool202.
Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again.
I'm not an alpha male. I'm not a beta male either. I'm just a better man. Better man. Well, put your happiness first, because if you don't, they won't.
Yo, what up? CYBB gets the balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? The Special Revolution and podcasting, and I am excited. Good to be here. I am on my grind. I am on my grind. What's up, people? What's up, people? It's good to be here. Good to meet my people. So here's the deal. You know, on Tuesday I usually stream out of the studio, Godfrey's studio. Couldn't do that. He's out in LA. So last minute I had to, get it popping and see if I could, make some things happen on my own, because that's what we do. Doper than dope. The monkey got smoked. All that good shit. Waiting. I'm giving some time for the peoples to come in. I think I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook, LinkedIn, all that. We getting it in. Soon to be live on Twitch, and I'm ready to go. Let's go. I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. A lot of stuff on my mind. A lot of consultations. I didn't put the number yet because I wanted to talk to y'all a little bit, but I guess let's get into it, because I know people are hurting. You never know. You never know. Don't forget the Cash App, y'all. If y'all want to support, I appreciate the if you got a super chat, y'all got a question you want to go right with the super chat, you can super chat me a question or just say thank you. But when y'all send that money, y'all send it through the Cash App. It's much better, because YouTube takes all your money. They screw you. Everybody hear me in the comments section. Anybody's in the comments section, please give me a thumbs up if I sound good. Please give me a thumbs up. Anybody who's in the comments section, please, as the numbers grow, the groundswell of what's going on. There's a few things. Let me get that number up so we can start calling in. You know how we do. It was rolling. Last week it was rolling. Like, I couldn't stop it. We just kept going. I'll tell you what. I will tell you this. We usually do till, 10 o'clock. If it's rolling, I'll go a little longer. How about that? Thumbs up if I sound good. Do I sound silky? Silky. Give me a thumbs up. So much I want to talk about. I mean, I've been doing consultations this week, and there's a lot of things that that they come natural to me in terms of these social engagements that I realize it's sort of like, how can I put it? We're in a situation where a lot of times when you've been doing something so long, it's difficult it's difficult to teach because what comes with you so easy doesn't come with it. It's not easy for everybody. Does that make sense? And so I don't want to be inconsiderate because it's easy for me just to assume that it's easy for everybody else, because that's really not fair. And that's one of the things, anybody who's ever consulted with me, DanteNero.com, click on consult. Y'all know how to get me. One of the things that I want to do is really make it clear. Damn, we kicking it already, huh? We going. I'll get it. I'll cover it in a minute. Let's see who's in, because somebody's in some pain. I can tell that ringtone is. I think I screwed up. Call back, family. Call back. I made a mistake on the phone call. Call back, please. What I want to say is it's just so much about things that I'm comfortable with and things that I've done my whole life, and I kind of feel like you forget. Please call back, man. I hit the wrong button. A little rusty right now, but we'll get it together. I promise you. But there's things that are easy for me, and I want to be clear that I don't expect it to be easy for you. And I've been doing a lot of consultations this week, and I learned y'all teach me, which is awesome. That y'all are able to teach me things that I didn't know. Thanks, Libyan. Loud and clear. We got a thumbs up from Zen Master. Thank you. I love my fans, bro. Y'all are dope. Shout out to My Life in the building from Texas. We Are the Matrix in the building. Sterling Borg in the building. See who else is in here. I get everybody so far. There's a bunch of people in the chats. But I want to be clear that there's a lot of things that come easy, really easy for me, and I understand it doesn't come easy for everybody else. And I want y'all to understand that it only comes easy for me because of the fact that I've had so much practice. There's so much of my life and things that I have to teach is because it's mistakes that I made myself. So I want y'all to understand that. So there's no judgment. You ain't gonna bullshit me. Y'all know that if you bullshit me, I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit, and I can smell it. I can smell it through the internet. Phone lines are open, 929-269-4922. Call in anytime you're ready. I apologize. One of the brothers, you know what, I'm gonna see. A brother called in and I screwed up. It was my fault, and I apologize. But call back in. Lines are open. What I was saying is so much about what I do. What comes natural for me doesn't come natural for everybody else, and I realized that this week. It's one of the things, and like I said, y'all are teaching me how to be a better teacher, because there's so much that I take for granted because it just comes natural. And I think what we have to do is we have to understand. I did a consultation this week, and somebody said to me, "Yeah, there's nothing special about me," right? And what do you do when somebody says that? What do you do when somebody says there's nothing special about me? I mean, do you tell them that there is? I mean, sure. I mean, you do that, but they don't believe you. They don't believe you. They don't believe that they're special. So, I mean, well, how do you handle that? Well, the only way I know how to do that is by being logical, right? So, my logic is this. What are the principles that we expound? Is the principles of ACE. ACE is authenticity, credibility, and empathy. And anybody who's not practicing or not making striving to do that, I'm always pushing that. And the reason why I'm pushing that is because the way I show people that we all have something to give, something special to give, is what's interesting about even that is that when I ask guys, how many guys are honest? How many guys don't lie? And usually, guys don't, because we don't think we're lying We don't think we're lying if we're not doing lying in the context of malicious, in the context of malice, right? So if we're not trying to take somebody's money or chase somebody's girl or do something that's unethical, we don't think it's lying. But lying takes a lot of forms, and I've said this 100 times. A lot of y'all don't listen to me when I say it, so I'm gonna say it again. Lying is something that happens. Most 99% of the dudes who I consult with lie. They may not lie in a malicious way, but they lie. They will lie not to, especially in a relationship, they'll lie not to create a confrontation. They will lie not to hurt somebody's feelings. And what we don't understand is the importance of honesty, the importance of authenticity, because if you just understand basic supply and demand, supply and demand is that we've all learned, and I don't know, I'm just a refresher course. The things that are most scarce are the things that are most valuable. We all know that, right? And so when you ask if I ask somebody, I'm doing a consultation, I'm just having a conversation. If I ask you, you have friends? They'll say yes. I say, how many of your friends are honest? Most of them will say, honest, like what? What do you mean honest? And I'll go, you mean honest to the extent where they'll lie about little lies, little white lies and things. And one of the things that's most important is the basic fundamental of truth is the most important, because if you tell your girl you love her, or you tell your girl you got her back, if you have lied about little things, the assumption is that you will lie about big things. And so when I ask them, how many friends you have? They'll say 3 or 5. I'll go, how many of them are honest? They'll say very few. Sometimes somebody will say 1. Very, very, very few that they say all my friends are honest. Once in a while. The thing with that is that this is like, it's what I call the Judge Judy effect. The Judge Judy effect is once she gets you caught in a lie, even if it's not relevant to the case, you have proven that you will lie. And so now you have no credibility. And if you have no credibility, nothing you say is credible. So I love you don't mean nothing. I got your back don't mean nothing. What I say I'm going to do doesn't mean anything, because I could be lying. Now, depending on how attracted the woman is or how much she's into you, women will overlook the fact that a guy is trash. This is where a lot of the, they want the bad boys or whatever. They're going through a situation where they deal with the bad boys over and over again. And what happens with that, moreover than not, is they will overlook the lies. It's not that they don't see it. It's not that they're not aware that somebody is being a lie. They overlook it. The guy's attractive, or they got a crush on him, and so they overlook your faults and then blame you for it afterwards. That's neither here nor there. So this is why. So when you practice ACE, authenticity, credibility, and empathy, you make yourself special. The simple act of practicing ACE makes you special, because who do we know? I would ask this to anybody. Nobody has a bunch of friends that don't lie. We all have friends that lie or tell half truths or give white lies. And so by being righteous, you make yourself special. You're not special because of, and don't get me wrong, like if you've achieved a certain level of success, a certain level of finances, a certain level of, if you're in great shape, all of those things speak to discipline and stuff. But if you're a trash human being, you have no credibility, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how fine you are if a girl has to worry about you trying to sleep with her sister. So keep that in mind. That's the thing that makes you special, is the fact that you're honest. Even at a point when it could create conflict, even at a point when it might hurt somebody's feelings, even at a point you stand 10 toes down, that's what makes you special. Just based on supply and demand. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I got a question from Trevor. Trevor Moran, what does he say? He says, Dante, what references and advice do we have for body language and walk or gait, working on the both sales and attraction? All right, Trevor, I'm going to hit that in a second. Let me get this phone call. This is one of the brothers that called me earlier. Let me get back to that. Hold on.
AJ.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
First call of the day. EJ, where you at? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Uncle Dante? Just calling you again from Cortez, Colorado.
Dope.
I'm on the man school.
Dope. That's dope. How can I help you, bro?
What's the feature? I have a question. If you could share your experience with that time you sent your, was it one of your past ladies that went to get her master's degree? Did that happen, right?
That happened actually twice. I have 2 ex-girlfriends that I helped them get their master's degree. One was in college, and one I actually married. It was my first marriage.
Okay.
I can speak on both. What are you talking about in specifically?
Like being supportive during the finals week. My wife has a 1 week left for getting her counseling degree as well, and her master's, and just trying to find like the harmony of supporting that and also being with the ACE acronym, and the intent is all there, just trying to get some knowledge.
Well, let me ask you this: what are you struggling with?
You know how like it gets stressful for the student, and
You mean for
kind of like
you mean for your wife?
Yeah, it kind of like bleeds through, stress,
You say it for her or for you? Or for
For
both?
her, she's stressing, but it also like bleeds into the relationship.
Y'all got kids?
Yeah.
So are you taking care of the kids in a way that that doesn't bleed into her studying?
Yeah. Like what you said of just providing like 100% and not making it complicated, just keeping it simple, a roof over our head, clothes on our backs, food on the table, and clean water.
Right, but you're also taking those kids out, doing stuff with the kids while she's trying to study, yeah?
Yeah. Gonna get a trampoline as soon as I get paid.
Yeah, I mean,
So
trampoline is fine, but kids don't. I mean, they love a trampoline, but kids don't give a fuck about that. They want you around.
Time is what matters. Yeah.
Time is what matters, and the fact that she's trying to get her master's degree, the fact that you can just remove the kids from the situation to go get them ice cream or take them for a ride or ride the bikes with them or whatever it is, I think that helps. And make sure you let her know. Listen, I'm gonna snatch these kids so you can have some peace and quiet. Don't just do it. Make sure you're clear that you're doing it for her too. You understand? Because a lot of times she can be so bogged down she won't appreciate what you're doing.
You're right.
I mean, you know how to do. I mean, you're asking me a question that you know how to do. You know that if you were studying and you were trying to get your shit together and you had kids screaming and running around or whatever, you know what you would need in order to fix that. Just do that.
Okay.
But here's what I would say though is make sure that you make it clear. Say, hey babe, how you doing? You good? Listen, I'm gonna snatch the kids so you can have some peace and quiet and balance. So that you're making it clear to her that you're doing this for her, that you're making the effort. Because a lot of times what we do is we make the effort and then we're not acknowledged for that,
Yeah. The intent is all there, and I think it's just like I gotta voice the intent some more to her.
Yeah, you should say that.
With her.
You should say that. I'm not saying that you're trying to get a pat on the back, but I mean sometimes people are so focused on their own thing that they don't see it. But I mean, you know what to do, dog. I mean, you know what stresses her and what kind of peace and quiet and what she needs. And if you snatch the kids for a little while and it's dope, man. One thing about being even when my first marriage, I was I had a stepdaughter. Just hanging out with her, doing things with her was just dope. Doing that in general, so it just freed her up to do whatever she could do. I mean that all. In the end, that all fucking backfired because as soon as she got the master's degree, she thought she was better than me, and then that's how we ended up breaking up. But, one of the things that I realize is that we are the people that we are. So what, even the considerate aspect of what you're thinking about right now is who you are. And no matter what woman you were with, you would do this. You know what I mean? At first, I remember when the marriage went to shit and we, I was like feeling kind of certain kind of way about shit. And then I was like, it didn't matter. You could have filled in the blank with any woman. I would have helped. You know what I'm saying? I would have helped. And so but I think
Right.
just be mindful of the fact that you're letting her know that that you're there for her, and it's an honest thing. Okay?
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
brother. All right,
Yeah.
brother. I'll holler.
All right. Thank you, Uncle.
Yeah.
Take care. Be safe.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Got another. Do I have another call in here? No, there's somebody else just called. Call back. Let me deal with Trevor real quick. Let's get this. Trevor, what's going on, baby? To what references, advice do you have for body language and my gait working for the? Here's the thing. What I think. A lot of times we fixate on these things as if they're separate entities. When you're being the best version of yourself, your walk changes, your talk changes. It's just when you're the fucking man. And so when you're working to be the best version of yourself, you're calm and you're collected and you're stoic, and people can tell that you don't you don't lead with your emotions, and you don't let emotions just dictate what your actions are. I've said this 100 times. Never let emotion have a seat at the table, because you can't function. You can't make decisions, and you can't make decisions in a relationship, especially when you're not doing that. So if you're working to be the best version of yourself, I mean, there's a couple of body language books. I'll post them on the YouTube page. I'll do a book list or anything, but there's a couple of simple body language books that you can learn. But I think the problem with that is, if you don't feel as though you're worth this, if you really don't think that you are confident, your body language is going to reflect what's internal. And so this is why a lot of times the pickup artist stuff doesn't work, because what we're ultimately asking, we're asking by doing pickup and stuff, we're picking up these techniques, but the techniques don't come from a place where we think we're worthy. When you if you watch an old Western movie and the guy comes in the doors with the swinging doors, he walks in. He has a swagger like that because he knows he's a bad motherfucker. And the bar gets quiet. Why? Because they know he's a bad motherfucker. If none of that is true, nobody's gonna buy it. So one of the things that I learned a long time, because I used to teach pickup, and I stopped doing it because it's disingenuous. And so you gotta work on being yourself, being the best version of yourself. And if you're not doing that, then you can't expect good things to happen. You gotta at least put your best foot forward. If you put your best foot forward and you fail, that's fine. You know that you left it out on the field. And I think that gives us a confidence and a bulletproofness that we have because of that, Let's see what else we got here. If honesty is so coveted, why is it often punished by those who can't handle it? Obviously, men lie out of fear of being punished. All right, that's a good question. If it's so coveted because it's rare. Is it punished? I don't know. I guess it is punished, but who's punishing? Who's doing the punishing? The liars are doing the punishing. Everybody knows I'm not a religious man at all, right? But I often talk about the story of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ gets taken to Pontius Pilate. The Jews say, this man says he's king of the Jews. We want him executed. Pontius Pilate takes Jesus to the side and says, hey, yo, I don't know what they're bitching about, but look, you keep saying you're king of the Jews. They want you dead. I would rather kill this murderer Barabbas But if you keep saying you're king of the Jews, I'm going to have to give them what they want. Why don't you just say you're not? And Jesus Christ says, because I am. Because the truth is what the truth is. You can't change it. But if you keep saying it, I'm going to have to put you to death. I'm going to have to crucify you. And what does Jesus say? Well, then that's what we have to do. Now, we say that he was punished, right? But the reality is this is a story that we talk about for thousands of years afterwards. I mean, I don't even believe that the story happened, but we still, that story is iconic. That story is iconic in terms of how we see manhood and truth and how we cherish it.
Tony.
You're always going to get somebody
To
that's going
accept, press 1.
Hold on one second, Tony. You're always going to get people that wanna take your shine. It's because instead of growing their own shine, then they want to take yours because they don't think that they're capable of, and they're jealous of you. But isn't that dope? Even that's dope. That you're so dope. Anyway, Tony, what's going on, bro? Where you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Beaufort, South Carolina.
Oh man, deep.
Yeah.
All right, dope. What's going on? How can I help you, bro?
Yeah, no, I just got a situation where I'm with a girl that when we got together, she got bigger since we got together.
Okay.
And
how much bigger?
We got kids. Like her stomach has gotten, like, she looks pregnant.
Okay.
Like that much bigger.
Okay.
But like we got kids and stuff. We take care of the kids. We live together, and she just won't lose weight. And I don't know. Should I like just take my ball and go, or I'm just in a
have
situation
kids?
to where I'm not happy.
Y'all have now. What kind of woman is she?
She's a good woman.
Okay.
She's a good woman.
So, have you had this conversation with her about her weight?
Yes.
And what does she say?
I mean, for a few years, it's been, I'll lose weight and this and that, but it just never manifests.
Now, what is it? Do you work out as well?
I don't, but I'm a slim guy, so I just
okay.
Did
you try working out with her?
I offered it, but it just turned into a whole argument all over again.
Okay, so here's the thing: if you're saying that and this, her weight is non-negotiable because you don't find her attractive anymore. Is that what's going on?
Basically, yeah.
Unattracted enough that you're ready to walk from this?
I can say that.
Okay.
Verge.
So let me ask you. Here's a question. No, and I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Okay.
I know people will say, "Oh my God, what kind of guy is this guy?" Because he's a. But I also want to say that men get to have standards. If you didn't have a job and she was working, and she decided that you can't keep a job, or you don't make enough. It's funny because I just counseled a guy last week about a woman that, guy was he had a freelance job, and his wife took a job that was like a government job, and her money was better, and she's, now I asked him what she looked like. He says a 7. Usually when a guy says a 7, it's usually more like a 4.
It's usually lower, yeah.
Because he's in love with her and she's leaving and whatever. But she ultimately broke up with him because he didn't fit the criteria. I don't think that if you say to her, listen, I'm offering to work out with you. But if you have to be honest about what it is. If this woman if you're not attracted to her and you want to do something else, you have to say what it is on your mind. I understand that it seems as though you're being women would say you're super shallow or whatever. I wouldn't even judge that. I mean, because whatever keeps you in this marriage or keeps you in this relationship is what keeps you in this relationship. And if you don't have that, right, We're not talking about where she was, she was in a car accident and, her, something that we're talking about something that's attainable. And what she's ultimately saying is, you're not important enough. So I'm gonna give you whatever I got to give you, and you be happy with it.
Yeah, or you can go.
Or you can. That's what she's saying. She's saying, this now. You can give her a shot and say, listen, you gotta lose weight. I'm not attracted to you. I'm sexually, I'm not attracted to you. And if this doesn't change, right, then I gotta go. I think that's fair. And I'm not judging you about shallowness because let me tell you something.
Oh yeah,
When a woman,
I definitely understand that.
when a woman decides that you're not the one, she's out. She will drop you like a hot potato. You understand? So if that's the name of the game, then that's the name of the game. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I think you give it a shot because you are married. You do have how many kids you have?
3.
Okay, so you got to be there for the kids. It's going to be financially, it's going to be more. But if you're unhappy and your non-negotiables is being with somebody who's fit. Because here's the thing: if you put the weight on and she didn't find you attractive, and she found somebody else more attractive, you're out.
Yeah.
So I think you do have 3 kids, and there is a responsibility to them. But I think you have to have a real conversation with her. Listen, I'm just not happy. Have you told her you're not happy?
Yeah, she knows the whole thing, and
did you say it?
You know,
did it come out your mouth?
Yes, I did say that.
Okay.
And she also said to me that she feels that I'm unattracted to her. Now, I didn't tell her.
Well, you gotta say these things.
That I'm not attracted to her, but she knows basically. Right.
But what I'm saying is you gotta be honest. You gotta be honest. Yeah. You gotta be honest about what it is, and you gotta explain what your what your non-negotiables are. And if you don't, she's not gonna know. But if you make it clear, so listen, this is gonna cost us our marriage. Because I'm not going to continue to be in a situation with somebody that I'm not attracted to somebody.
Yeah.
And then if she's not willing to do anything, then what she's saying is, I don't care about your happiness.
I'm not worth it.
Yeah.
You.
It's the only way you can put it, So, I think that's the only way you can do it. But I think you have to give her a chance to respond and to think. Is there something going on self-esteem wise with her, or is she just not?
Well, I think it's self-esteem also, but at the same time, she has friends that work out and stuff like that. She just don't. I don't know if it's laziness or what, but she just doesn't.
Whatever it is, you got it. Here's how relationships work. You got to understand what your non-negotiables are, and then never negotiate them. You feel me?
Yep.
And I would tell her the same thing. I would tell her the same thing. Okay?
Okay.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Victor sending the call. Hey, Dante, I hate small talk with a passion, but I realize how important it is when it comes to picking up girls. When it comes to dating, I have a great conversation, but not so much when it's picking up. Here's an interesting thing. I think when I talk about laying the 5 bricks, one of the reasons when I say lay the 5 bricks is I say that you have to give an honest compliment. The honest compliment, there's a reason why I say to give an honest compliment, because when you give an honest compliment, what ultimately happens is you have to be present, right? So when you're talking about small talk, right, that small talk shouldn't just be small, ridiculous talk. If this is when you start talking to somebody, if you're talking to them in a real way where, for prospectively somebody to be a mate, you should be doing recon. What do I mean by recon? You should be asking her things about herself so that you know her, when her birthday is, what she likes, what kind of food she likes, what kind of activities does she have, what kind of, you're not just talking. And small talk is not, there's no reason to have small talk. You're trying to get to know this person. And if you're trying to get to know them, then you have to be present to do that. Does that make sense? To everybody? Ah, shit, I fucked up. Oh, no, I didn't. All right.
EJ.
To accept, press 1.
Hold on one second, EJ. So what I'm saying is that if you're involved in the conversation, if you're present in the conversation, which you should be, because if somebody's not interesting enough to be present for, then this is not somebody that you should be giving your time. You're wasting your time with somebody who you don't even like. EJ, what's popping? Where you calling from?
Yes, I called in earlier. I forgot to ask you a quick question, and that's going to be, what do you think about David Goggins' philosophy and his book?
I haven't read his book, but I mean, he seems like a guy who from what I see, he's a guy who is dedicated to discipline and honesty and discipline and credibility. So I mean, I don't have a problem with that at all. I mean, I think he's dope. I think sometimes he goes a little nuts, running in the desert, in 140-degree heat, 115-degree heat. It's a crazy thing. I did martial arts for many years, and I used to take martial arts with some of the guys from the Fruit of Islam. One of my instructors is actually second in command with Louis Farrakhan in Chicago now, and I got my green belt, right, and I stayed at my green belt, right, because if you know anything about judo or jiu-jitsu, you have to take falls, and you have to learn how to fall on the floor, right, and slap out so that you don't hurt yourself, right? Right. Here's the crazy thing. Those guys were really hardcore, and they wanted you to do what they call a free akemi. A free akemi is if you somersault and then you land on your back and you slap out with both hands. I don't know if you've ever seen it. If you watch old judo things, but you have to slap and you bridge your back so you don't hurt your lower back. But they wanted you to do that on concrete, outside, off of a mailbox, right? Now, don't get me wrong. I could do it. At the time when I was training, I could do it, right? But why would I do it? Why would I do it? One of the things, those guys that I trained with were so hardcore. When these guys got to be my age, when they were in their 50s, they all had knee replacements and hip replacements and stuff like that. And so you got to understand something. Right. I understand the dedication and doing it hardcore, but hardcore to the point where you know what I'm saying? Hardcore to the point where you're hurting yourself is just absurd. Just doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. You should read his book though, because what you're saying is you'll find that answer in his book, and I just wanted to share that with you to see what he thought about him, if I should do that. Or I read his book and I was just like, I really respected it. He was really, really deep with the truth.
He's all about truth, and I'm all about that. But does he say why he challenges himself in the way? Did you read the book already or no?
Yeah, I read the book. I have both books.
Does he say why he challenges himself in that way?
Yeah, it's a empathetic answer. He says, when he was growing up, he wasn't all about the truth. So how he holds himself accountable is by doing those very hard experiences, and he tests himself. Or
you could just not lie.
Right. Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Right. You could just not lie. You don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to put yourself at risk on that level. I mean, don't get me wrong. If that's what he loves doing and he's happy with it, that's fine. But I think there's easier ways to achieve that. It's funny because I was just saying that when I did martial arts, and they wanted you to do free falls on concrete. So I never got my black belt. I was a green belt for most of my career. I was kicking ass, but I was like,
Right.
I'm not jumping off. There's also
You know,
I don't know if you ever seen a backfall. Do you know what a backfall is?
yeah.
Where you fall
You know,
backwards and you slap your hands out so that you don't hurt you. You had to do a backfall off of a ladder. Like,
right. Yeah. It sounds like their intent was like, you know, like, oh, this guy's better than us. So let's do some ridiculous bullshit.
no, it
stuff.
wasn't that. Those guys are not like that. They did that. They trained. That's how they trained. That's how they trained.
Yeah.
They trained. It wasn't just for me, but it just for me. It's like, what are we trying to prove? You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying every one of those dudes, knee replacements, hip replacements, because the body just can't take that kind of abuse. So if that makes
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the empathetic thing was like ego too. There's a little bit of ego in his book, but you know, he kind of has to be with like skin color.
yeah. What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You know, like don't take anything for granted. Just work hard and.
But what are you saying about? What are you saying
all.
about? What are you saying about? You know, we're talking about. What are you saying about color and what? I'm not getting that.
You know, like how history is like, oh, this happened, and then they're like whitewashing everything, and then it's just like, who are you, and so what about you? Like, you're not important, because every day we still live in this society of like, there's that superiorness, you know.
Oh, you're talking about
like,
white supremacy
bullshit.
and stuff like that. Yeah, but what?
Yeah.
But you listen. The bottom line is when you read your history, when you read and you understand your history and you watch it, all you gotta do is look behind me. You can pick a book off of my
Right.
my thing. You can pick any book off.
Yeah, I'm Native American, but my family is like, you know, mixed.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
my grandfather was 100% Sioux, so I get it.
I have relatives who are Sioux. Yeah.
But I mean, when you understand your history, nobody can tell you who you are, which is important. So.
Right. Yeah, that's in his book. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I mean, we're talking about the truth, but you're still talking. It still comes down to telling the truth and being authentic, you know. And this whole thing is being self-exploratory, being self-explorative about who you are, and I think that translates across all levels, if that makes sense. Man, thank you for calling, bro.
Yeah, the intent. Sweet. Thanks,
Peace.
Dante.
Let me see. So what was Victor was talking? Oh, I got a super chat. Got to deal with this. Cars Toast. Hey Dante, I'm 23-year-old, but I've heard every Black Phillip appearance on ONA, and you've been that I've been in really changed my life for the better here. Thank you. You're welcome. I hope you stay on board here because I'm really trying to escalate the dialogue on Man School. Things that we didn't talk about. Answers that we didn't give. There was an attitude, but I say this all the time when people talk about Black Phillip. I said, if you can't watch Black Phillip for the sake of entertainment, don't listen to it. Because what will happen is it creates anger. And because that's where Patrice was at the time. He was angry. Let me finish with so thank you, man. Thanks for the super chat, bro. $10. Got a call. Here we go.
From
Nia.
to accept.
Hello?
Shalom.
Shalom. What up, brother? Who am I speaking with? Where you calling from?
This is Nia.
What's up, Nia?
I'm calling from the Carolinas.
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm good. How can I help you?
All right. So I just got to say that everything that you said and been working through, it all works. I do believe the process from starting from nothing to getting to where I'm at now.
Okay.
And all the last previous episodes have been, right on point with kind of bit like how I'm moving.
Yeah.
So when you are, I had an ex, blah, 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 you lose one that you like, you move past it. Then now you say you do the, you got to get
5 to get over 1. So I'm on number 2 right now on the 5.
What do you mean on the?
If or
What do you wait? What are you? Are you talking about relationships? Or are you talking about laying the 5 bricks? What are you talking about?
Oh no, laying the 5 bricks. I do it daily, and I've definitely gotten better with it.
Okay, but you're saying you're on 1 and you're on 2 now. What does that mean? I'm not sure what you mean.
As in trying to get into 2 different relationships now. Moving.
Oh, you're trying to be polyamorous and have 2 girls.
Or yes, but moving past that 1, how you get 5 to get over 1. So I'm.
Wait a minute. So are you saying that you were in a relationship, broke up with the relationship, and you're trying to get another relationship, or do you have a girlfriend and you're trying to get another girlfriend?
I am the first one where I was in a relationship.
Okay.
We broke up relationship.
How old are you?
30.
And is this your first relationship? Was that your first relationship?
No.
Okay.
Not the first relationship, but
first serious relationship?
No, that's not my first serious relationship. I've had a few others in the past.
Okay, I'm not sure what you. Wait, stop. I'm not sure what you're saying. You're saying I got through 1 and I'm trying to get back past that to get my second. I don't understand what you mean by that.
As in, I'm starting in a different relationship that is happening now that I'm starting with 2 other people that I have been doing with the 5 bricks and laying the bricks in, moving as with Ace.
So you're talking to 2 girls at once?
Now, yes.
Now you are. Okay. All right. And are you being honest?
Yes, I'm being honest.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I mean, I think a lot of times guys want to. This is a dream for a guy to do this, right? Until you're in it, and then when you're in it, and you actually, and you have to manage 2 relationships. That's a whole another thing. Why is that? What your question is about?
Yes.
Okay. What's the question?
How would you? Okay, so when you're managing it. When would be a correct time to then introduce one to the other if we get there, and how I've been trying to move with.
Okay, do they know that you doing your own thing?
Yes.
Okay.
We had that conversation, and they asked me, then I said yes, I do talk to other people.
Okay, and did you say you did? And at that point in time, did you say, do you want to meet her?
No, I did not say that.
Why not?
It never crossed my mind.
It crossed your mind. You can't tell me it didn't cross your mind. What you're doing is you're avoiding the situation because you think it might be a problem.
It might be a problem, and I don't want to make the problem, but I want to figure out how to bring it together.
Okay, so here's the thing. You got to understand, somebody's either going to be with that or they're not going to be with that.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And if you're being honest and you're being true to yourself, and this is truly the life that you want to live, you got to be honest about that.
Okay.
A woman can have her standards about what she wants, and she can decide at every given time. So even if they're okay with you dealing with each other, you interested in meeting her? Do you want to meet her? Does she know that this is what you kind of want, this polyamorous thing?
First, this is still early in the relationship.
Did you tell her that you want this polyamory?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was her response?
It is no.
What was her response?
One of them said that they've been in a polyamorous relationship before, and they're still down with it. And the other one said okay with it. And she's okay with it.
Okay, so how come it took you so long to answer that, and you answered? All you had to do was say yes. Wouldn't you? And the way you answered that sounds to me like there's more to this than just yes. They're both down with it. And if they're both they're
down with it, the more to it was the one that where I lost one that I liked a little bit more, and then now these are 2 different relationships. When the one that I lost, when she calls back, because whenever she calls back, is there a way to bring that in as well?
You gotta say, you gotta be honest about it. You gotta say, listen, I'm into this polyamory. This is what I'm doing. I do care about you. I like you, but are you down? There's nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to do. I mean, here's the thing. Let me give you this analogy. If LeBron James is doing charity and he's going to play basketball with some eighth graders, right? Does he look at game tape before he goes to the elementary school to make sure that he's on point?
No,
Why not?
because they're eighth graders,
Exactly.
and he's just going to.
And he's just going to play with them. It doesn't matter. And no matter how good they are, he's still LeBron James, right?
Yes.
You're strategizing. The reason why you're strategizing is because you don't think you're worth this. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to come up with the right words and the right answers and the right things because you don't really think that you're worth this. And if you don't think you're worth this, they're not going to go for it. You are communicating to them directly that you are not worth this polyamory, that you're not enough man for both of them. Because if you did believe that, you would just say it. There's no way that you're going to
bring them together.
There's no way you're going to say somebody, listen, I'm a guy. I'm polyamorous. I have somebody that I'm dating. This is how we get down. If you're not down with that, I totally get it. And if you are, would you like to meet my other counterpart? There's no magic. Okay. There's no magic words. Somebody that's not down for that is not gonna.
It's not gonna be down for it.
Yeah, there's no way you're gonna say it in a way that's gonna trick them into to not knowing you're gonna be munching on somebody else's box. You know what I'm saying? She got to be okay with it.
I do understand. It's not like I'm looking to be a trick of it, but I do understand I do understand.
No, but what you don't understand is that you are trying to trick them. That's why you're asking for a strategy. What time is the best? What time, dog? If this is how I rock, this is how I rock.
It's how you rock.
And if that's how I rock, and I meet you in the bar, I'm going. Well, she says? Well, what's your deal? And who you got a man? You got a woman? No, yeah, I have somebody, but we're polyamorous. We have an open relationship, and blah 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 blah. Oh, really? How's that work? Works great. Would you be interested in meeting her? You understand the confidence in that?
I do understand the confidence.
And the fact that you're confident in that says what? There's a subtext that says, I deserve this. This is how I get down. This is not something I'm trying to figure out with you. What you're saying is this is how I get down.
I understand you. Okay.
And the fact that you're hesitant about this and you're trying to figure it out means that you're not really being honest about what y'all about really what you're talking about.
A part of. Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yes.
That makes sense?
It makes sense.
Right.
I appreciate you.
I'll give you I'll talk to you, but I'll just talk. I want to talk when you get off. Well, I had a girl, like, so everybody who listens to the show knows that I spent some time pimping in my youth, right? I was dating a girl and I was on a podcast, so I was getting interviewed, and I remember let's see, who's this? And the girl that I was dating at the time said to me, she heard me.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
She said to me that I heard on the podcast we need to talk, and I said, oh okay. So who am I speaking with? Where you calling from?
Dante was good as Jay from Atlanta.
What up, Jay? Hold on one second. Let me just finish this up and we'll get into it. So she goes, the girl goes, well, I heard on the podcast that you used to pimp. And I go, and she comes down to I'm at a comedy club. She comes down. I heard that you used to pimp. And I go, yeah, absolutely. I wasn't trying to hide it. Why would I be on a getting interviewed and talk about it, right? What I want to say is there's a situation where she was like, well, what's the deal with you pimping? I said, well, I was 20 something years old. I fell into it. I realized that I didn't have the pedigree to keep doing it because it was, to me, I thought it was unethical and it was abusive. And I got out of it. And she was like, well, we need to have a talk. I said, no, we don't. I go, if you want to talk to me, I said, I'm assuming that you're talking about us possibly breaking up because of something that I did when I was 23 years old. If that's your gauge, then we could break up now. We don't have to talk about nothing. There's nothing I can't go go in the past and change it. And so now somehow there's this power structure. You know who I am. I stand 10 toes down every day. You know what I am. You know how I've treated you. And whatever I did in the past doesn't matter. And if it does matter, great, beat it, kick rocks, because I'm a good dude. I want to. There's no time that I'm with people that I care about that I don't want them to be happy, and I don't want to take care of them. That's just the way I am. Anyway, Jay, what's up, bro?
What's good, D?
What's going on?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask. So, I'm living down here. I'm originally from up north.
Okay.
And I met this chick that I went to high school with. I saw her a couple months ago, and I added her. You know, we chatted a little bit on social media.
Okay.
I told her I'll hit her up when I would go
now,
up.
did you give her a phone call?
Before I went up?
No, did you speak to her on the phone?
Nah, before I went up, I just kind of like agreed to like a casual meet.
Okay, let me say something. I've said this before. Y'all young dudes do not pick up the phone. Ultimately, you eventually want this relationship to be intimate, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you want to fuck, but you don't want to talk on the phone?
Nah, I'm down to talk on the phone.
No, what I'm saying to you, I'm being facetious. What I'm saying is, there's nothing more intimate than allow for a woman to allow you to enter her body cavity. But if you're not going to have a conversation with her, if you can't get on the phone, if y'all are just texting and, messaging each other, how does she get to know you? Where's the intimacy in that? You got to get on the phone. I understand that, women you got to understand, you have to have the empathy for women to understand that women have to be careful about the men that they allow access to because they could be murdered. They could be sexually assaulted. So that, you got to get this in your head, because if you as a man, we don't understand that. Most of us hope we get raped when we go out on a date. So there's that. But what I'm saying, so you got to understand this. But if you're looking to be ultimately for this to be intimate, right? How do you get intimate? But you're not going to have a conversation with it. I think y'all think that it's like men think, my dick is hard, I put it in, and that's what sex is. Women are not that way. Women are like crock pots, baby. You got to put the meat in, the sauce, the seasoning, you cut the onions, and then you let it percolate. It's got to bubble.
The thing is like, we just kind of had a back and forth on social media, and then I just kind of told her like, yo, when I go up there, I'll hit you up.
Here's what if you had a back and forth, you should say, yo, let's pick up a call. Let's pick up a call.
Yeah, that's kind of, so I'm on the back end now. Like, I went up there, we met, we had like a brunch that turned into a couple of hours or whatever. And when I came back, she sent me a message that, oh yeah, it was nice seeing you, this and that. But I told her to I told her to pull up over here. You know what I'm saying? And there was a couple things within the exchange that I was kind of like, my ears kind of perked up. One thing was like, she got out of an 8-year relationship. I didn't gauge how old, where she's at with that.
Stop. Here you got to understand. Stop worrying about what the next man did or what the next man did. It ain't you.
Yeah.
I give you straight up. Years of me stripping and whatnot. when I would date some girl, and even if sometimes they might have had a husband or a boyfriend, right? The way they was effing me wasn't the way they was effing there, because they saw me as an object, and they figured, oh, he can't judge me, so pee on me, choke me, spit in my mouth, fuck me on the, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, this idea of the fact that there's a standard, you don't know what the standard is until you know what the standard is. And if you're having a conversation, then we gotta stop looking at women as these objects and look at them as human beings. We gotta get to know them. There has to be, you want intimacy, what you want is sex, but what you don't, women want intimacy. And when you have intimacy, great sex comes from intimacy. Great sex comes from the fact that I like you. I want to please you. I want you to please me. So there's a girl who toss my salad but won't toss yours. This idea of the fact that she had an 8-year relationship has nothing to do with me.
Gotcha.
A woman is a direct reflection of the guy she's fucking with. If she's with an abusive guy, she's gonna be introverted. She's gonna change. Look, what's the lady who runs So I Rise? What's the chick from So?
Maya Angelou.
Maya Angelou would not have wrote So I Rise if her husband was beating her in the head with the cookie sheet because she didn't put enough chocolate chip cookies in the cookie. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we connect as human beings, and then we affect each other. The same way you'll get a woman, and she'll be overbearing and she'll be disrespectful, and the guy will feel disrespected, and he will get introverted, and a woman would just take his heart.
Yeah.
And he's hiding behind the couch. So what I'm saying is you gotta lead with 10 toes down. And if you're being honest, if you're being credible, if you're being empathetic, if you're trying to get to know this person instead of just trying to use a woman as a dick cozy, they can tell.
I mean, I'm genuinely doing that. Usually I'm more like,
yes, but you don't believe that you're worthy. You see, you don't. You don't. Let me tell you why. You're approaching it with caution because, listen, I'm going to tell you something. And this is somebody, a 57-year-old man. If I am with a woman, she will go places she's never gone. She will do things she will never do. She will hear things she'll never think. She will learn things that she's never learned. She will meet people that she will need. She will be taken care of, right? So nobody's doing me a favor by being with me. Now, is that reciprocated? That remains to be seen. But I understand what I bring to the table. And I know how valuable that is. So you're not doing me a favor by giving me access. If anything, not only that, but if you don't give me access, I'm looking at you like, wow, you fucked up. But I believe that. Yeah. And you know why I believe that? Because I am honest. I am credible. Yeah. I practice this every day. So do you understand when I say that you can't be if you practice those 3 principles, if you practice ACE, authenticity, credibility, empathy, you can't be a better human being. If you are willing to recognize your flaws, apologize for them, have action about the apology, and do better, right? You can't be a better human being. 2 things that you will always have to do is give forgiveness and then ask for forgiveness. We are flawed as human beings. And anybody who doesn't understand or expects you to be perfect is somebody who's unrealistic. Maybe they're not worth your time. So if you're going back and forth on social media, pick up the phone. I'm gonna call you. I want to talk. I want to hear your voice. Do you understand that in itself is sexy to a woman? If you go, I need to hear your voice.
I mean, I have her social media, but I didn't get her number. I didn't ask for the number.
How could you go out on a date and not have somebody's phone number? If somebody, listen.
Yeah, we just went back and forth.
Let me just ask you this real quick. How's somebody going to give you the ass if they don't want to give you the phone number? I mean,
Yeah.
does that even sound logical?
Nah.
So what I'm saying is you got to take your shot, and if you're not who you really say you are, she'll know it and you're going to get rejected. But then what you get to do is you get to take stock. You get to say, well, hey, this is what I am. This is what I'm lacking. What can I fix? And you get to be better. The greatest thing about being a sucker is that you don't have to be tomorrow. That's just dope. We get another shot every day. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to ask you, as far as the date, like, I didn't approach it like from the perspective of like, oh, I'm trying to get some pussy and this and that, you know, because I'm at a point in my career where I'm trying to like lock down and be focused on that. So I'm trying to like, you know, progress into not being outside and doing this type of stuff. So I vexed her a little differently. You know, usually I'm a little more daring and trying to see
you
what I
vexed her.
can
What
do.
do you mean? What do you mean vexed her? I don't know what that means.
I kind of like was like asking more questions about.
You vetted her.
Like,
you mean you vetted her?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
No,
Yeah, I vetted
okay.
her.
I'm just trying to be clear.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, I vetted her, and you know, I was looking to approach it a little differently. You know, usually I'm a little more out there trying to do.
Why are you changing
crazy
up?
shit on the first date?
Why? It's not crazy. It just should be natural. Crazy denotes that you're out of your realm, and that you're not being normal. And if you need to do that, that's usually because you're not comfortable with yourself. I've said this 100 times. I go out on a date. I've said this. I don't mind not fucking. I mind can't fucking. You know what that means? That means I don't. I get it. If there's no vibe, if there's no chemistry, I don't want you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. But if we are comfortable and we're adults, then have the decency to respect me as a human being and understand that I am not the standards that you choose to vet everybody else. I'm not them. And I'm not going to let you treat me like that.
I mean, in the first one, I did, you know, have some physical contact, but I didn't notice there was the cues that she was comfortable with that, but nothing further. So that's, you know, that's one.
So she stops and you go cool.
Yeah.
You go cool.
Yeah.
But if you let me tell you something. If you had phone calls with her before, there would be a level of comfort that you would have had. And I'm not saying you gotta get laid. That's not even what I'm saying. I mean, because I've been in situations. I remember picking up I was fucking around and I picked up this white girl and she was in the car. She was from like Missouri or some shit. And we're in the car and she's like, "Oh, you from Brooklyn?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You know Jay-Z?" I was like, "You gotta get out the car. You gotta go. You gotta get out the car." You know Jay-Z? Yeah, you gotta go. Because you don't have the mental capacity that I need you to even like is going, because even if I smash, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of here. Make sense? But if you have a standard and you understand what your value is, then you it's like the body language question. When you know that you nice, you walk different, you talk different, you know? So you got to get on, I'm just saying, y'all got to get on these phone calls. You got to call somebody. You got to talk to somebody. Y'all want to have sex with somebody, but you don't want to talk to them on the phone. It's weird. It's weird.
I'm comfortable with it.
But you're not comfortable enough.
I'm looking at it like, how do I ask? I mean,
get them on the phone.
Got you.
Send me your number. I want to send you my number so we can talk. Well, I don't really talk on the phone. What are we doing then? We're trying to advance this. We're trying to move this in a direction. If you're not willing to move it in a direction, all right, peace. Be out of here. Because you definitely get women who will absolutely be in a situation where they will have a relationship, right? They have these fake relationships, just like dudes do. Y'all be bugging me out with that. We have these social media relationships, and then y'all never meet, like some catfish shit. And you Facebooking back and forth for 2 years, and then when you say to somebody, "Yo, let's get on a Facebook call, or let's get on a video call," oh no, yeah, dog, this how you get catfish.
Yeah, happened plenty of times.
I will get man. You know how many times I'll get some. You know, they'll be catfish. They'll be like, hey, so and so. Last night was fake. Call me back when you get a chance. And I'll be like, yo, who this? And they be like, oh, I'm Jen. And then they send a picture of who they are, and I go, I don't know no Jen. And they go, well, what do you do? You want to get on a you want to get on a Facebook? You want to get on a video call so we can talk? No? All right, then beat it, goofy bitch. Yeah, and you talking to some Pakistani dude in a commune because you afraid to talk. Come on, dog. What I'm saying is, when you believe in yourself, that swag comes automatically, and it ain't fake. Yeah. You feel me?
I mean, I got you. I will say part of why I didn't directly get it is because I was like leaving breadcrumbs. So like when I left,
again, this is strategy.
Got you. Yeah.
LeBron James doesn't strategize when he's doing when he's doing a charity at an elementary school.
Just play ball.
Just go. That's who I am. Why can't you be that? Everybody's not going to like you anyway. Trust me. But if you like you and they don't like you initially, they'll be like, well, how come this dude is so... Why is he so dismissive? Why is he not working? Because I know what I got. I know what I'm doing. You trying to figure out. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right, bro. That's it. You got something else, or you wanna?
Nah, that's it for now. I ain't gonna hog the line. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you.
All right, family. Appreciate you too.
I'll follow up on that.
Yeah.
All right, my guy. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Go Knicks.
I got a super chat. I am Dwayne this time. Thank you, Dwayne. The show is exactly what Black Phillip should have been. I only wish that Patrice was here. We could have seen what he would have been involved to. I mean, you have no idea how much I miss that dude. Because I don't really have a lot of dudes who are even on intellectually on the level that I can have these conversations. And man, I miss him every day. So there's that. Hit me on the Cash App too. I want to thank him real quick because thank you for that. Let me just get his name real quick. Yo, hit me on the Cash App, yo. What's up? Hit me on the Cash App. Who sent me the Cash App? I'm trying to see who sent it. Man, I love y'all, man. Damn, I don't even know how to. Two. Joe McCray. Oh man, Joe, what up, baby? Another one of the clients, man. One of the homies. I hope everything's well. You know what I'm talking about. Don't let your family drain you, my brother. Don't let them drain you. You know what I'm talking about. Let me read some of the comments. Muhammad Ali didn't prep for charity against Richard Pryor fight. You absolutely right. Pick up the phone. Sterling, call in, dog. You trying to get through? Let me get you. Call in. Let me get the number up again. This is dope. And I'm on, I don't have to shut it down because we're not doing Godfrey tonight. So that's dope for me. Let's see. Where is this? Okay. Let's hide that. Let's get the numbers back up. Bang, 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 bang. Here's the number. 929-269-4922. Call in. Sterling, I'm trying to get to you. Call me, bro. Maybe this is him.
Big Burger.
Yo.
Yo, what's going on, Dante?
What's your name? Where you calling from?
Big Vader calling from California.
What up, baby? What's going on? How can I help you?
Just got a quick question, man. I caught myself slipping not too long ago in the friends with benefits situation.
Okay.
I accidentally told a little white lie.
Okay.
And then had a conversation earlier today, and then I revealed the truth a little bit.
Okay.
She's upset because of the lie. The lie is the biggest thing.
Okay.
But she knows that I have 2 other friends with benefits situation.
Yeah. Okay, so what did you lie about? What did you lie about? Give me the whole thing.
Just to keep it short, basically my ex-girlfriend, she lost her brother.
All right.
This was a big core of who she got her personality from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically she came back to my place. We was drinking, you know what I'm saying, talked. She stayed the night, and that was it.
Okay. You smashed?
Definitely not.
Okay, and so your girl she stayed the night, and you told her that you told your girl that she didn't come, or what that you didn't smash, or what?
I basically told her that I didn't take her back home. She knew that she had came, and she may have spent the night, stayed the night or whatever, but it may not have been possible. But then when she said, well, why did she stay the night? I said she lived too far, when really she was a little bit closer. A 50-minute drive was the lie versus like a 20-minute drive.
Okay, so listen, you didn't smash, right?
Correct.
Okay. If you didn't cheat, how can you cheat less? That's my question to you.
That's how I'm feeling about it.
Huh?
Well, look, I'm trying to
listen. Ask me to answer the question. If you didn't cheat, how can you cheat? How can you cheat less?
If you didn't cheat, how can you cheat less? The cheating is within the little white lie, because the foundation was based upon truth.
Okay.
Like she knew I was with her.
Right. What I'm saying to you, you didn't cheat, right? So what is she? She's saying you lied to me because you said it was 50 minutes instead of 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Did you say, hey, why did she stay? She stayed because y'all drank too much, and then she was, what? Why did she stay? What was the reason for her staying?
We was getting into it about her brother, and
okay, so is that not? So why didn't you go with that in the first place?
I did go with it, but I'm trying to be a little bit more sensitive in my approach. So I did want to give her the grace.
But here's what I'm talking about. This is those other kind of lies. These are the lies. These are the lies that the third kind of lie, or the second kind of lie. One is when you lie because you're malicious, because you're trying to get somebody, trying to take something, trying to steal something from somebody or something. The second lie is what? When you don't want to you don't want to confront a situation. You don't want to get in trouble. You don't want to break the peace, right? The third lie is when you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. All of those things, and I don't know, Ike, if you still in the chat, my lawyer friend Ike Speaks, check her out on social media. She's a dope lawyer from Brooklyn. It's my girl. But in the court of law, they don't care what you lying about. If you're lying, you lose credibility. If you lose credibility, then you got a problem, because she can't believe anything, right? Now, so my thing is this: you what you did was it was okay. It's a matter of 30 minutes or 2 minutes, but the reality was that a brother passed away, and you would comfort her. And this is a friend of mine, and you didn't. And you're saying you didn't smash, right?
Right.
So if you didn't smash, you go. We didn't. Nothing happened. It was a friend who was in need. She was going through something, and I'm sorry that you feel uncomfortable about it, but it happened. And so, what's her take on this right now?
Right now, I think she blocked me again. But she was just like, you know what? Let's just not talk for a little bit. And I said, okay.
Okay. So, but here's my thing. So what? So she blocks you, and then what do you think's gonna happen? What is gonna happen by her blocking you?
Well, from past experiences, she gonna unblock me, make the first move in terms of saying something, and it's gonna be kind of okay again.
Okay, but here's my thing. You are tolerating behavior that you shouldn't tolerate. Nobody gets to block me. If you block me, I'll never call you again. I'm not gonna block you, but I'm not gonna pick up your phone call either.
Okay.
What she's doing is saying, so you didn't sleep with this chick, and you ultimately came clean and said, yo, she stayed because we got drunk, we was talking, she was in a bind, there's a death in the family, bang, 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 whatever, I didn't smash. So what happens is she blocks you. What you're allowing her emotion to dictate your actions. Why would you do that? How is she gonna respect you if she unblocks you and then calls you and then you pick up the phone? What she's basically saying, listen, you know what, bitch ass nigga, I'ma not fuck with you. I just can't even see you. Put your life on hold, right? And when I get ready to come back, that's when I'll come back. And when she comes back, you're gonna say, okay. Right? And then how does she respect you after that? And the next time you do something wrong, you didn't even do anything wrong. I mean, I understand it was a little stretching of the truth here, but you also came clean. But what I'm saying is, the next time something happens that she deems it, then what does she do? Not call you again? Hang up the phone? Block your social media? Man, this a goofy bitch that you letting him be goofy.
Well, okay, all right, okay. One more thing, because I don't want to take up too much time here. One more thing. Okay, where I'm at right now, and this is the reason why I said she knows that I have two other friends with benefit situations or whatever, and I'm not trying to add any more, but whatever. I don't necessarily mind if she go. That's not a big deal. But the friends with benefits that I do have, I do put the emphasis on friends because, women are cool, but growing up, I never, even though most of my family were women, I never really saw a reason to be around them. You know what I'm saying? And so the friends with benefits that I have is allowing me to understand, okay, in terms of being friends with them, this is kind of what it's like on various levels in terms of the friend genre or category.
Okay, then you're bugging.
You know what I'm saying?
You're bugging.
Really?
Friends with one chick is not the same as friends with another chick. If you friends with Amanda Seal, you think it's the same as being friends with an Amish chick?
Well, you may find something you may find a little commonality or something
Doug,
like that.
just
right?
stop, Doug. That's you got friends with benefits because you getting ass from both of them. If you wanna delve into the intimacy, the emotionality, you want to delve into getting in know somebody, you just do it. You don't have to have a practice. You don't have to do a study. Here's the thing: you're gonna make mistakes. Like I said, what do I say about making mistakes? We will all have to ask for forgiveness and get forgiveness, right? I say that all the time. So you having this case study what you're trying to sell me is that you got a case study going on about friendship with women Because, man, come on, stop. I'm not that dude. Don't do that to me. You fucking these broads because you want to fuck them. You're not doing a case study on what it's like to be friends. You may not like them the same way, but if you don't like somebody and you do like somebody else, then the nature of the friendship is different anyway. Even when it comes to dudes, you got any one of your dudes that's ride or die that if you got a body you can call?
I would hope so. I got one or two, yeah.
Okay, and then you got dudes who you fuck with you, but you don't really fuck with. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
Fuck with the dude that if you dealing with the dude who kind of shady, don't really show up, is the nature of the friendship with him the same as the nature your ride or die homie? Is it the same?
Definitely not.
Okay, so
Definitely not.
so are you? Do you have a bunch of friends at different levels that you have a case study going on so that you can understand the nature of male friendship? Is that going on too?
In terms of ethnicity?
No, the fuck it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop. Come on, dog. You talking to the wrong dude. You fucking these other broads because you want to fuck them. You fuck them this one that's playing you because you like her more. And that's why you got your nuts all tied up because you like her more.
What? All right, okay.
And the other two are willing to put up with whatever you got to put up with. And so you allow this woman, you have a different standard in which what your boundaries are from one to the other, which is inauthentic.
I got you. Yeah. Okay.
And you could act like this is something that it's not, but it's obvious. It's like, come on, dog. I get it. Some people you like more. Some women you like less, but you like sleeping with them more because they get it. They put it down. What are we talking about? One thing has nothing to do with the other. This is something we used to talk about. This is what we used to talk about when Black Phillip. We used to say, that there's bears, bunnies, and like we put women in categories, which was just such bullshit. Mm-hmm. Because a woman is the direct reflection of the guy she's fucking. Who you are gives space to how she acts, and if you don't tolerate nonsense and fucking, disrespect, and I'm gonna put you on block, and I'm not talking to you. I need space. When somebody says I need space, I throw the calendar at them. Bitch, you can have all the space all the time. And then if you come back, I'm like, what? I'm not picking up your phone call. I'm not returning your call. I'm not. You gonna have the only. I'm not saying that people, like I said, you can ask you will always ask for forgiveness and get forgiveness, and ask for forgiveness and give forgiveness. But there has to be an intent. She will come back and say, "Hey, what's up?" And then you gonna let her in. Why? Because you like her more. But you're not holding her to the standard that you want to be treated. Because she different.
You're right. You're right.
Dog, I've been there.
Think about the situation a little bit more.
I've been there.
Think about the situation a little bit more. Yeah, you're right.
And then you've complicated with these involved ideas of what your intentions. Come on, dog, stop. What I'm talking about is keeping the 10 toes down all the time, whatever it is, all the time.
So the minor slip was something major at the end of the day.
The what?
The minor lie is something major.
Look,
in terms of what you just peeled back.
I already said the lie is a lie is a lie. It helps you lose your credibility. But don't get me wrong. I'm saying I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what I'm saying is I'm not. How should I put it? I'm not. It's not that I don't understand. There's the Cash App, yo. It's not that I'm not understanding what your point. What I'm saying to you is your intention needs to be ace. If you're doing ace, right? If you're doing ace, then you good. Now that doesn't mean that every girl bends to your will and does what you want. What it means is you're good. She might not want that. I mean, dog, here's some crazy shit. If you have a girl and she comes from a household that is super abusive, right? I've had girls like this where it was physically abusive, where they would antagonize me to try and get me to hit them. Because for them, the norm of how they express love in her home was through physicality. Even though it seems insane, people get fucked up like that. That's why pedophiles molest other kids. It's learned behavior. So what I'm saying to you is, this idea of you have to set the boundaries and the standards of how you're going to operate. And when somebody doesn't live up to that, you got to say, no, you can't stay here with that bullshit. And she doesn't get to block you and then call you back in 2 weeks and whatever. Look, I'm not playing with you. I'm not a toy. I'm a grown-ass man. You don't get to tell me to hit the pause button on my life while you go figure out whether I'm good enough. So what do? You go date, and then when nobody hits that spot way in the back, then you call me back? You're corny. Beat it.
Yeah.
And you're letting it happen. And every time she goes and comes back and blocks you, she loses respect for you just a little bit more. Trust me, I've seen it.
Now, I don't know. I just want to say this, and now I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. I don't know if it plays out differently because I'm younger and she's older.
Well, if she's younger, then she's really playing you. Brandon Hayes, thank you for the cash up. Yeah, right. I'm saying, but so she has more experience than you.
Yeah.
But she's playing you harder. Brandon, thank you for the $30. I appreciate you, family. Shout out to Brandon Hayes. Yeah, she's older, so she's playing you. How much older is she?
I understand. I'm 34. She's 50.
Yeah, nigga. Oh, nigga, she's playing you like a violin. I don't even know. I can't even. She's some 50-year-old, but she got more game than Parker Brothers, bro. You have no idea how this funky hoe is got game for you in ways that you could never understand. And you the young nigga that's knocking it down, right? And so she's well, I'm just first of all, bitch, you 50. Stop. You 50.
Yeah, my brother be saying all the time, like, dude, don't mess with no older chick and try to get you trapped in some
You tell me how some shit. You tell me who's buying a fucking Toyota Corolla with 200,000 miles on it. And you gonna sell it for new. And don't get me wrong, let me be clear. I know some baddies, but I'm saying, come on, dog. What are we talking about? You got a 50-year-old joint and she's blocking you on social media? You goofy bitch.
What we talking about is today inflation. A 4-cylinder is looking real good right now, but the gas prices is $5, $6.
That ain't got nothing to do with nobody being 50 years old, dog. Stop. 50 years old is.
I understand, man.
You know.
I understand.
And I'm 30. And I'm 30. And I'm smashing a 50-year-old. Dog, let me tell you something. I was 23 years old. I was dating this chick. She was 44. And I got a blowy from her, right? Where she climbed over like I'm laying back on the bed. She straddles my face, right? The gooch is in my face. And she hits me what I used to call the pool cue, right? Spits in her hand. And she gives me the pool cue, like she's going 8-ball corner, and licks my balls from the opposite way while she's pool cueing on the nipple, right? And I was like 23 years. I was like, oh, nigga, I'm in love. You get better with practice.
Right.
Now, if somebody do that to me, I go, oh, good job. Proud of you, man. It's good to see that you picked up a few things in all of your in all of your run throughs. But dog, come on, dog. But don't let nobody block you. And so, first of all, if she's 50 years old and she's blocking you from social, you goofy bitch. She should be old enough to go. She should be old enough to say whatever the fuck. Whatever the fuck. Look, this was fucked up. Please don't do this again. Right? Just don't treat me like that. And then move on.
Right.
But you 50. Stop. You got 3 more good years. I'm fucking with you.
Well, good thing it wasn't on social media. This was all via phone, so it's all good, man. But appreciate the wisdom,
family.
man.
All right. Be peace. That's funny. That's funny. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely know some baddies, and especially at my age, it's like you want somebody who's not gonna give you a problem. But if you got a chick and she's 50 and she's playing the social media game, you goofy bitch, stop. You like stop. I mean, you gotta understand something. Just the nature of relationships. That as a man, you very rarely get back what you put in. You know why? Because even when we are winning, we don't feel right about it. I used to say this for years. Not Justin Timberlake. What was Britney Spears' husband? What the fuck was his name? Kevin Federline. Kevin Federline is the dude, took the kids, got the money, got child support, the whole shit. But I've never heard a dude say, Kevin Federline is my hero. Never. Do you know why? Because the nature of being a man is attached to your ability to provide. What is a man if he can't take care of his children? If his woman is not woman is not happy, his children are not happy, they're not fed, there's no roof. What are you? And here's the other thing I wanted to say. We need to be better to each other. All this it's a bunch of motherfuckers in the chat. Hit each other up, yo. Hit each other up. Make a friend. Don't just talk to me about this. Comment to each other. Teach each other. Each one teach one. Because when it comes down to it, there's dudes, I know, oh man, crazy. I'm going to tell you a quick story. Then I'm going to shut this down. I've been going for 1:46. We usually only do like an hour on Tuesday. My man grew up with him as a kid. Jehovah's Witness dude, right? Was always did the right thing. Whole family was Jehovah's Witness. Bang. He was never happy. Did what he got a girlfriend, was late getting a girlfriend, got a girlfriend from the Kingdom Hall, blah, 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 got married, had kids. And he used to just say, all I do is I renovate the kitchen, then I renovate the basement, then I renovate the kitchen, then I renovate the basement, then I do the bedroom. And his whole life was just renovating the house, never happy. Used to live vicariously through me because he just thought I was the wildest motherfucker in the world. And they, Jehovah's Witness, they do prayer 2-3 times a week and stuff. He's in the house. Family's upstairs doing Bible study. He goes down in the basement and hangs himself from the basement. Let's think about this. The basement is 6 feet high, maybe 6.5. Like can you imagine hanging yourself 6 feet high because you're so unhappy that you're mentally not only and how much of a fuck you is that the daughter, the son, the wife, the family's in the house, you go downstairs and hang yourself in your basement. You know your daughter's gonna find you. If she don't find you, she gonna watch them take you off the hook. And he was a carpenter. So he knew the right screws and the right beam. I don't mean to laugh, but he knew the right shit. He went to Home Depot. He's like, I need the 4-inch lug nuts. Oh, we only got 3. No, that ain't gonna do. That's not gonna hold. Hung himself in the house with the family there. How much of that is a fuck you to a man who was unhappy to the point and couldn't say he was unhappy? Be better to each other, yo. Be better to each other. I understand that sounds crazy, but it ain't. It ain't crazy. It can happen. Another good friend of mine, comic, you could look him up. Neil Nanda did my podcast. Indian dude. Father didn't accept the fact that he was a comic. He had an opportunity to do Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel. He did Jimmy Kimmel, which is not as big a show because he knew his father watched Jimmy Kimmel and he wanted his father to see him that he was successful. Indian dude. Yo, went to a fucking party, couldn't get into a party. It was like I think it was Chappelle was hanging or something. The bouncers kicked him out. Bouncers was like, yo, get the fuck out of here. And he was like, they'll go kill yourself. The dude went home and jumped off a building because his dad didn't accept who he was in the first place. Killed himself. So his dad couldn't find it in his heart to pat him on the back for him fulfilling, because he loved comedy. He was doing good. Google the name, Neil Nanda. Bang. Father didn't want him to, I want a son who was an engineer. I want him to be a doctor. I want him to blah, 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 blah. And what happened? Now he don't got to worry about it. You rather a doctor or you rather a dead son? Be better to each other. Be better to each other. Because your weakness, women see your weakness, and they're not going to find you attractive. Because if you can't handle your shit, they're going to be like, well, how are you going to take care of me? If he's worrying about this, how's he going to worry about this up here? How's he going to take care of me? Be better to each other. That's why whenever I do a consultation, don't forget, y'all motherfuckers need the consultations, really. Because this shit is deeper than I ever thought. Every time I do a consultation, I'm frightened at how far off dudes are. Even dudes who are doing good. We just talked to my man. He got 2 little shorties on the side, blah, 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 blah. 50-year-old. He got an old Plymouth that with flat tires. He's still worried about some goofy 50-year-old. Come on, man. Come on. Come on now. Yo, real quick, Don Quixote keeps putting this up. There's a podcast called the Beers and BS Podcast. Check it out, y'all. Got your shout out now. Stop putting it in my fucking comments. Yo, I love y'all, man. DanteNero.com. Click on consult if y'all need a consultation. Don't forget the Patreon. Patreon's really important. The only way that I'm able to continue to do this, and this is real talk, y'all. The only way I'm able to continue to do this is by the Patreon. Patreon is the way that you can support it. I mean, the Cash App. Thank you so much for the Cash App, and whatever. But tell a friend, please, please, please. This is the community that we're trying to grow. Please, 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 please. Y'all want consultations? DanteNero.com. Click on consult. My Patreon is www.patreon.com/manschool202. Sign up for that. Even if it's like $9 to help so I can keep paying bills, keep the lights on. I appreciate y'all. Also, a couple more weeks we're gonna have the Man School merch. You see this logo right here, the logo right over there. Let me see. Here, the logo here on sweatshirts, sweat hoodies, t-shirts. I'm gonna have all of that stuff up. So y'all can get that in a couple of weeks. And I'm gonna have some more stuff. I'm also starting another podcast, political podcast. I'll be talking about it more. Man, I love y'all, man. GYBB, get your balls back. WWDD, what would Dante do? Sexual Revolutions being podcasted. I love y'all, man. I really do. I love y'all. Holla at your boy. Peace.